So are you beating yourself up because you did something foolish after you broke up with a narcissist? Of course it's a narcissist, but so you feel foolish for contacting them, for begging them, for trying to get some sort of revenge and going way overboard. In my case, I went way overboard and was way inappropriate and just way, like, I just lost it. I lost my shit. Other people, you know, maybe you slash some tires or you put some sugar in places that didn't belong there, or you maybe you tried warning their new person, or maybe you tried to get back with them, or maybe you hooked up with somebody to try to get revenge, or whatever it was that you thought. I don't even want to say that you thought was appropriate at that time, because when these things go down with narcissistic people, they're intended to make you lose your shit. Some people go and get themselves assault charges and domestic violences and property damages and, you know, destruction of property, whatever you call it. Because these kinds of breakups are super toxic. I mean, look at the relationship itself. If you're in a relationship with this person and that is toxic and destructive, just imagine what it's going to be after the breakup. Because they are really not concerned anymore with it looking like they give a shit about you at all. So, you know, of course you're going to, hold on, my nose ring as always. So of course you're going to react very poorly. And it's something that you have to forgive yourself for. I'm not saying that I've even made it to forgiving myself. But I am at a point now where I realize that I was in a state of anger, shock, grief. I mean, anything you can think of in a normal breakup that just totally sucks. Times that by 20,000, you know, and that's where your mental state will be. You're not thinking straight. You're hurt. You're upset. So you're gonna act like an absolute nut. And unfortunately, it'll get used against you. See how crazy they are. See, this is why I don't want to be with them anymore, because they're just so unpredictable and so unstable. And this is what they do. They've always done this. And you might be one of those people who have a few to drink and you go a little crazy. You might be not, you don't do it all the time, but you do that, and they can point at that. They can point at things, maybe even if just maybe once or twice you've done things that you're ashamed of when you got to drinking or when you were mad, and they can point to those things and say, see everybody? Oh my gosh, this is why I can't do this with them anymore. This is what they are. This is what they do. And, you know, unfortunately, people are going to believe that. Hopefully the people that know you don't. But even those people that you're close to, they may end up believing that person and think that you've changed and it's because of you. It's not because of what you went through. It's not because of who you were dating. They will take that narcissistic person's side and not give two shits what you have to say about it, how you defend yourself. Even if you admit, okay, that was really stupid of me. I shouldn't have did that. That was fucking toxic and a bunch of bullshit. And I'm ashamed. I should have never did that. It still won't be enough. They will still look at you whatever way the narcissist wants them to look at you. And if they do that, if they take what the narcissist says and runs with it, they were never really truly your friend in the first place. Because a friend would look at you and say, okay, girl, you are, or guy, or dude, you're losing your shit right now. And you need to calm down, or something. But they'll never make you feel invalidated and never go running to that person, to your narcissistic ex, and tell them everything that you are saying and how you're really feeling behind closed doors. You poured your heart out to a friend, and they go and run to that narcissist. That tells you right there. That tells you right there. And don't let them people say, well, I seen you do this manipulative shit. I seen you trying to get revenge on them. You called and told me that you were doing this. I know all your secrets. I know all these things you've done. I've seen things you did in your past. Okay. You know what? You've also seen things in their past, and you have forgiven them for that. You don't hold those against them. You're still their ride or die, but they're not yours. Goodbye. Bye-bye. It's something that you should have did when you were with the narcissist, is set boundaries. Now you got to set those boundaries with mutual friends of your own, their friends, whatever it is. You have to set those boundaries and push them to the side. Not push your boundaries to the side, push those people to the side. I can tell you, as soon as I did that, a huge wave of relief. And they're going to be hollering at you, don't say that I didn't care, and you're taking all this out of me, and I can't control this, and that person, I just want to be neutral, and da 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 da. It's like, no, you are my friend. I'm sorry. If that's the choice you want to make, you're an adult, you can do what you would like, but I am separating you from my life. That is what I have to do for my own well-being. And I'm done. And that's it. And just go. And then once some mutual friends are out of your life, once the friends or family members that are not being supportive are gone and out of your life, that is actually a good thing. If they're not being supportive and they're not backing you up and they're not being good for your mental health and all the shit that you're going through, I mean, yes, you're probably annoying the fuck out of them and then just being way too much for them, and all the things that have happened in your relationship with this narcissistic person. You're trying to unload it on your friend. It is a lot for them. It's understandable. But if they can't be real with you and tell you what they need and what they see and be a real person with you and not be shady and truly have your back, you guys will work it out. You'll figure it out. But if they take sides with someone that they shouldn't be taking sides with, I'm sorry. I understand this ain't high school, but this also ain't high school. It means we can set boundaries and say, no, I'll make new friends. I don't need your toxic, unsupportive bullshit over here. And if you pouring their heart out to them and trying to go to them for support is too much for them, again, it tells you where your people are at. And the narcissist is going to love that you and your best friend are having problems, that your family's having problems, that your mutual friends, that you guys' mutual friends are completely disregarding you. They'll love it. They'll love that. But you know what? As soon as you get them people out of your life that are running to them and telling things about you that you're going through, that you're confiding in them, that's another wall that you can keep in between you and this narcissistic person. And that can only be a good thing. Especially if you live in a tiny town like we do. I live in a small town. So the more people I have to distance myself from, the better. Because, and I don't know what stage that you may be in your breakup, post-breakup. Maybe you could still be in the relationship with this person, but hopefully at this point we're talking about post-breakup, so let's keep up with post-breakup. So I don't know what stage that you're in, or most likely you're post-breakup and you are starting to get some education on what it is you were dealing with and get an understanding of what the hell happened to you. And you've had these issues with these friends and it's not going well for you because mutual friends are running back to that person and you're hearing about what your narcissistic ex is doing, and all these, the more people you can get to, get out of my life, if that's all you're going to do. If it is causing a problem with you, and maybe your mutual friends are trying to be more helpful. Maybe you're lucky enough where they're trying to be helpful. They have good intentions, but they're making it worse. You gotta go. You have to go. They have to go. Well, you go. You walk away from them. You walk towards yourself. You get away from that, in whatever form it means. Go. And like I said, there'll be at some point, you'll be afraid. You'll be afraid I'm going to be alone, and I'm going to isolate, and this is just, what am I going to do? And it's like, you just endure. You just endure that part. Because there's YouTube videos, there's TikToks, there's group coaching, one-on-one coaching, there's therapy, there's, I think there's Codependent Anonymous. I think that's really a real thing. I don't know where you would go about to find that, but I think it's a real thing. I mean, they've got Sexaholics Anonymous, I think. So, and that's probably something some people maybe should visit too. But if you haven't been completely turned off about sex because of this shit, I mean, you never know. But back to, not holding it against yourself too much. So much has happened, so much. I mean, your view of the world is going to change. Your personality has changed. Your life has changed a lot because you've seen people for who they really are, and you thought you'd never look at them that way. And now you are, and you don't have a choice. So when people are put in a corner and they don't have a choice, they make choices. And when they're first put into those corners, they're like rabid animals. They will make choices, and they will have behaviors that are pretty piss poor and that they're not proud of. And you can't let it disturb you forever. And I'm not saying that you need to be right through it and you need to be on this, because I've went through it already. And you're okay. The reason I'm having any sort of easier time with it, I think this time around, I've dealt with this before. And the person was completely different, but not completely different. Did I ever realize that they are actually the same person, same behavior patterns, same narcissistic playbook? Yeah. But I never realized it. I went through it with one narcissist, and they behaved a certain way. So when the next narcissist come along, that's what they say. That's why you need to take the time to heal. If you're with a narcissist and you hook up with another narcissist, or you were with a narcissist and you break up and you don't take the time to heal, and then you get with another narcissist, it's real. That happens for sure. And you won't see that the second one is actually a narcissist. They'll see it coming because you're sad and hurt and you're a good, easy target. But you won't. You'll have to. So not only when you break up with the second one, not only do you have to heal from the first one, but you're healing from the second one as well. You can think that you're healed from the first one, and I thought I was. But when I got with the second one, I was still with the first one. So, and that's what happens. You are in a relationship and you go running around with somebody else. You're asking for it. You're asking for some shit. You're going to pay your karma. There's no way around that. There's no, I'm the good person. They're the bad person. They're the narcissist. I'm not. So that's it. No, you have your own things that you're to blame for, and they have theirs. You own yours. You work on yours. You say, hey, this is the stupid shit that I did. And here it is. Because that's the first step. owning your shit, because I can tell you right now, a narcissist cannot truly own their shit. They might pretend, they might use that shit as a pity party, sad story. Oh, I did this because of this and that. And everybody does it, but you don't do it over and 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 over for decades and decades and decades, and wonder why doesn't this work? That's the difference. You don't spend years with people just to screw with their head and destroy them. That's the difference. People have failed relationships. People have issues from their childhood that they need to work on. People have bad tempers. People make mistakes. People yell, and people don't always treat their people the right way. Like, no one is perfect. But you don't beat yourself up for the bad way you reacted afterwards from someone who manipulated you for years, and then just at the same time you're trying to get used to not being with that person, and the same time you're trying to move on with yourself and get your shit together and detox from all the chemicals that go on in your brain when you're with somebody like this. Not only does that go on, but they're throwing other people in your face. Mutual friends, the new supply. They're throwing the fact that for 9 years or however many years, 9 years, 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. Some people were with these people for 30 years. Throwing that in your face, like, that whole relationship that you had with me, it was a lie. Oh, well, that's nice. Even friendships. That happens with friendships too. You realize, like, oh my God, I was friends with this person for, God, since I was a little kid. And now look, what the hell happened? So, give yourself a break. Me telling you guys this to give yourself a break is helping me tell myself to give myself a break. A lot of reason why people do these videos is to heal themselves, to be there for you, and to let you know that you're not alone. You don't need to beat yourself into this oblivion, that, other people have wanted to put you into, because they can't meet themselves. They can't meet themselves. And you can. And I think a lot of these people that do the things they do is because they can't meet themselves, and you can, and it pisses them off. So take it easy on yourself. Reach out to someone else that you see is struggling. I'm not saying go fix people, because that's what got you into this shit in the first place. And don't go tell a sad sob story no. But reach out when you see someone is struggling, and just be a listening ear and be a friend. Don't give them a penis to cry on, okay? Don't give them a vagina to cry on. That's like I said, that's what got most of us in the problems that we are in. No. The ear, okay? Listen to them. Be somebody for them to be able to talk about what it is. And they're probably going to drive you nuts. It's probably going to go on and 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 on. And it's going to make you insane. And you say, okay, I can only handle so much. I will be here and listen as much as I can. But if it gets too much to you, you need to let the person know, I only have a capacity. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Encourage them in other ways, as well. You don't have to fix them. It's their shit. But be an ear and a shoulder. Not a penis to cry on. Not a vagina to cry on. Okay? So, take it easy on yourself. And if you found this video helpful, like and subscribe. If you have any ideas about how I could improve my content, leave me a comment, a constructive comment, please. We need to lift each other up, not tear each other down. So I will take constructive criticism. It's not a problem, but rude, destructive comments, I don't have any time for that. Sorry, I'll delete. Just this is the way it is. But like and subscribe if this helped. And take care of yourself.